La 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 la, inshallah, inshallah, la 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 la, inshallah, inshallah, la 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 la, inshallah, inshallah. חבה, אהבה, אהבה, ושלום ורעות, גילה גילה, רינה, טיצה טיצה, חבה, אהבה, אהבה, ושלום ורעות. כל ששון יש חתונה, שמח כל הלילה, וכולם רוקדים שרים ממחתם, ועוד שנה לבוא לברית בירושלים הבנויה, אינשאללה. איזה יום שמח לי היום, יום החתונה. כל ששון יש חתונה, שמח כל הלילה, וכולם רוקדים שרים ממחתם, ועוד שנה לבוא לברית בירושלים הבנויה, אינשאללה. איזה יום שמח לי היום, יום החתונה. לה 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 לה, אינשאללה, אינשאללה, לה 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 לה, אינשאללה, אינשאללה, לה 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 לה, אינשאללה, אינשאללה. גילה גילה, רינה, טיצה טיצה, חבה, אהבה, אהבה, ושלום ורעות, גילה גילה, רינה, טיצה טיצה, חבה, אהבה.
Mazel tov, Tamar. We're all getting married this year. We're really excited about it. We love you. Welcome to the crew.
Welcome to the club!
כל ששון יש חתונה, שמח כל הלילה, וכולם רוקדים שרים ממחתם, ועוד שנה לבוא לברית בירושלים הבנויה, אינשאללה. איזה יום שמח לי היום, יום החתונה. כל ששון יש חתונה, שמח כל הלילה, וכולם רוקדים שרים ממחתם, ועוד שנה לבוא לברית בירושלים הבנויה, אינשאללה. איזה יום שמח לי היום, יום החלה. לה 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 לה, אינשאללה, אינשאללה, לה 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 לה, אינשאללה, אינשאללה, לה 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 לה, אינשאללה, אינשאללה.
But let me see. I have so many things I want to say. Very few people get to live with their future son-in-law for like 3.5, 4 months. So I know him so well. Like I know there's no risk. Like I know he's going to be a great father. I know he loves my daughter. I know the kids are going to grow up religious. I know he's kind and smart, and so you people must have good genes. I sort of really love my life. I love being married to my wife 95% of the time, and I love being my kid's father 100% of the time. And I've never had a bad day with Tamar. I've never.
Not true.
I have never had a bad day with Tamar.
Wait till it's my turn.
Tamar may have had a bad day with me. But it's been a real fun thing raising her. With I'll tell you one story later. But she's like the kindest, purest, most understanding. You guys are getting an unbelievable deal. Unbelievable deal. But you know, I take my kids on vacation. You know, at least until they're married, like once a year. And a couple of years ago, I took Tamar to Greece. And whenever I'm with Tamar, like it's deep. It's like she's really deep in understanding. But I took her to Greece, and we were on this island, Eliyahu, I think it was called. And I had this problem that was bothering me. There's something like inside of me that was just bothering me for years. You know, I couldn't be like at peace with myself. And as I was on this island, I started to talk to Tamar about, you know, this problem inside myself, and that, you know, regrets that I had about my own life and stuff. And Tamar talked to me and said, you know, just because the problem is like this doesn't mean you can't look at it a different way, doesn't mean it couldn't be different, and so forth and so on. And my daughter changed my whole life. Like talking to change my whole life for the better, because she's not only like a great daughter, she's an incredible friend. She's an incredible friend. And Eliyahu, you're going to get an incredible friend. I mean, you know, because you're with every night till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. But and she's going to get an incredible friend. So I mean, I know you guys are going to. I know you're going to be so happy together. I know you're going to have great kids. I know we're going to be on the plane all the time since we're to visit you. I know it's so, you know, you guys didn't rush into this exactly. But I'm so glad you wound up at the right place. And Mommy and I wish you every bracha and mazel in the world. I love you.
I'm very emotional, so. I've told everybody that when you get married, you know, you're in love and you think that everything is wonderful and perfect and great and you're so excited. And you can be married for years, even decades, before you're faced with a real challenge. And when you're faced with a real challenge, that's when you know the character of the person that you are married to. But Tamar and Eliyahu short-circuited that process, because from the day that Tamar was diagnosed with this horrible disease, we see his character. We know who Eliyahu is. We know exactly who he is. He loves Tamar. I mean, it's breathtaking. I've watched it day in and day out, and week in and week out, and month in and month out, and through chemo and puking and feeling awful, everything that she's been through. I know who he is, deep down inside, and I am so grateful to Hashem. And to Abby Greenberg, putting the two of them together. Adrian and I have had this conversation. Adrian and Jeffrey have been through what Howard and I are going through. There's nothing in the world worse, I think. Maybe there are things that are worse, but it's pretty bad to have a child who's facing a life-threatening illness.
Whatever it is, it makes them strong.
And Adrian has said to me, and I believe this, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. They're going to come out of this like Superman, steel-coated.
Reasons, and it just makes them stronger and more beautiful together.
Amen. Well, Hashem and I have a reckoning, because I'm not at peace with this.
You are at peace.
No, I'm not. I am not at peace with this, because I know Tamar, and I know how pure and good and kind she is. She can be a pain in the neck, but that doesn't mean that she should be.
So is Elliot.
I've never seen that side of him. I honestly, honest to God, I never have. Anyway, I could go on and on. We all kind of get this is a magnificent moment, and it's really a tribute to the two of them, because this is not what they dreamed of. Everything, you grow up with a dream. You grow up, you see your dress, you see your wedding day, you see your future, and everybody has a dream. And this is not their dream. Their dream was to be married in Eretz Yisrael, with their friends, no COVID, no cancer. That was their dream. And the greatness of Tamar and Eliyahu is they changed their dream. That was the dream that fit them at the beginning. Doesn't fit anymore. It's like a pair of shoes. You outgrow it. It doesn't fit. So now their dream is just to be married, just to be together, just to support each other. And I don't know how we're gonna pull this off in 3 weeks. I feel like we should just put up a chuppah now and like get it out. What do we need all this? Eliyahu is joining a very select group of men who are my sons-in-law. Thus far I have 2 of them, Michael and Shmuel, and they are both extraordinary, outstanding, incredible. They each make my daughters so happy, and I am anticipating that Eliyahu will join them and be another. They're sons-in-law, but really they are my sons. 5 sons wasn't enough. Now I have to have 8. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for coming. It is really a joy to meet the Syrian side of the family. You are like, I don't know, we are the same religion. We have the same Hashem. We have the same beliefs. Other than that, it is so foreign to me, but I'm looking forward to learning it.
You like the food?
Whatever. I don't know what, whatever. You guys are wonderful, easy to please. Just a joy to meet you all. Thank you all for coming. Look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. I almost forgot. It's my mother's birthday. Birthday.
Yes, I just want to say that Eliyahu and are the best gifts that anybody's ever had.
Thank God, because that's all you're doing.
I guess I have big shoes to fill, but no, I'm really. You don't have to tell me how lucky I am. I know I'm the luckiest guy on the planet. I said I know I'm the luckiest guy on the planet. It really couldn't have come sooner. I mean, there is one part that's missing, and that is that we're not in Israel. It's both of our dream, and I think it's still our dream that we would be in Israel. Like Mashiach could come tomorrow, we'll go. I mean, honestly, there's nothing holding us back. I mean, unfortunately, there's a circumstance that makes it a little difficult right now, but really, that's where we want to be. So I just want to clarify any misunderstanding. But no, I'm really happy to be joining a wonderful family. I mean, Howard was saying how it's, you get to meet the boy three months before. It's really nice. But I got to meet her family, a while before, because everyone would come to visit Israel, and I'm really happy to be joining this family. I mean, it's no surprise that Tamar is who she is, seeing where she comes from. So I'm really very honored. So thank you guys. I did want to share a short idea that I think connects to what Tamar and I are starting tonight. So really, this week's Parashat Shoftim, one of the things that it talks about is when you go in to conquer Eretz Israel. So there's a few things that we keep in mind. So I think a few people are familiar with this, but pretty much there's some people that are exempt from war. If someone just got married, they don't go to war. If someone just planted a tree, they don't go to war. If someone's afraid, they don't go to war. Okay? And then it says, when you go into the land, this is what you're going to do. If the enemy says, I'll leave, then go. Okay, then great. If the enemy says they're not going to leave, then you have to go to war with them and conquer the land. Okay? One of the things that it talks about now when it's talking about conquering the land of Israel is, if I'm besieging a city for a long period of time, am I allowed to chop down the trees? So there's a pasuk, an interesting pasuk. It says, "Ki tatzor elir yamim rabim lilachem alea betofsa lo tashchit et etzra limdoach elyon grizan ki mimenu tochal ve'oto lo tikaret ki ha'adam etz hasadeh lavo mipanecha b'matzor." When you're in war against a city, you have to besiege in a long time in order to capture it. You must not destroy its trees. Wielding the axe against them, you may eat of them, but you must not cut them down. Are trees of the field human to withdraw before you into the besieged cities? Okay, and the next pasuk says, "Rak etz asher tedeh ki lo etz ma'achalhu oto tashchit v'charet uvanitat mitzor al ha'ir asher hu aseh imecha milchama ad rita." Only trees that you know do not yield food may be destroyed. You may cut them down for constructing siege works against the city that is waging war on you until it has been reduced. Okay, so there's this concept, I think a lot of us heard of it, the mitzvah of bal tashchit. Right, there's something that has value in the world, so food. I can't just destroy it. It's a problem. So when they come into Israel, they want to destroy a city. They have to be careful and mindful of the trees that are fruit bearing. Okay, and that's not. So there's a sifri on the pasuk that says ki ha'adam etz hasadeh, which we translate it as saying, right, that the trees of the field human to withdraw before you into the besieged city. So it's a weird pasuk. What does this mean that Adam is etz hasadeh? That a person is like a tree. So the Sifri says shechayav shel Adam min etz hasadeh, right? That the life of man is from the tree. So we know if we go back to Adam, how was Adam? He was taken from the dust of the land, and that's how he was created. So that dirt is the same dirt that yields a tree. Okay, so as far as from a creation standpoint, we both come from the same source. Man, it's from dirt. Trees are from dirt. Okay, and as far as the halakha goes, the Mishneh Torah brings that when it's talking about destroying them, it's specifically for trees of food. Okay, because this concept of that they're fruit bearing there's a really important aspect to it. So the point that I wanted to make is that humans are very often parallel to trees, in the sense that a tree is life. We say etz ha'chaim hi, right? A tree represents life, which is limited. It has a start and an end, just like we do. We have a start and an end. And there's one thing that a tree does in its life, and that is yield fruit. Right? And the same thing is true for a human. Right? We're here, and at the end of it, all we have to show for it is our fruit. And so the point that I want to make is that we say that if the tree is not fruit bearing, you can chop it down, no problem. But if the tree has fruit, you got to leave it. You got to leave it up, and you got to deal with all the challenges it's going to face. And everything that's there doesn't matter. You can't knock it down. And that's what I wanted to talk about. What Tamar and I are starting tonight. We're starting to build something, and that's to build something that to yield fruit, because a life without fruit is worthless. It's like worth destroying. There's no problem with destroying it. That we want to make sure that we're yielding fruit. So I really want to just emphasize that tonight is really the mark of something amazing. Like up till now, our life is great. Like I've had 25 years. I'm not so young anymore. But really, I mean, it's been great. But honestly, like there's something missing here. There's something missing, and it's not what it's about. It's about starting to build something. Okay, to have something to say, this is what I leave with. This is mine. And at the end of the day, you can show what's yours. So I really want to make the point that I'm really excited. I'm really excited to be starting something amazing with Tamar, because I couldn't have picked a better girl. I could dream and imagine all these things, but I couldn't have imagined someone like Tamar.
Oh my God.
And I'm really excited to eventually have a family with her, and yield fruit, and really make a life worth living. That's not worth destroying. That's really something very special. I really thank you everybody for coming. Thank you everybody for organizing. Thank you everybody who tricked Tamar or tuned her in a certain way to make her end up where she ended up today. And really thank you to Tamar.
Aww.